A fresh start, a bold leap into the unknown. I hate my life. I felt like my day-to-day routine was something more akin to imprisonment. I despise where I live with its leaky pipes, cramped rooms, fading wallpaper, and creaky floors. I hate that I work impossibly hard for a standard wage under a megalomaniacal boss content to leave me with no free time and no quality of life. And so I mustered the courage to put it all behind me and start over. My destination, a new dawn. Good afternoon, passengers, and thank you for riding with us today. We are now departing the station at Somerville and will soon begin our ascent through the mountains to reach our destination of Woodcrest. We expect to have arrived in around 40 minutes from now. Please make yourself comfortable and enjoy the trip. I had foolishly expected there would be fewer passengers aboard following our stop in Somerville. On the contrary, there were precious few seats with several people walking the ice, hoping to find an open spot. I knew it was only a matter of time before I had company. Excuse me. Sure enough, there stood a young cheater eagerly eyeing up the empty seat beside me. Is, is this seat free? I watched the time to avoid sharing seats on public transport where possible, but I knew the train was much too full to be picky, and having him go elsewhere would just be rude. I gave him a gentle nod and slid along the seat towards the window, allowing him room to sit down. Thanks! I'm sorry to intrude, Mr. My name's Bao. Mr. Bao! My name's Aiso. Good to meet you. He held out his hands, offering a handshake, an offer I accepted. I bowed somewhat awkwardly. I could already tell Aiso was the chatty shop. At least I knew I would not be bored for the remainder of the trip. So, business or pleasure? What do you mean? I ride this route often when I go to visit my parents in Somerville, though I never seen you before. Visiting Woodcrest on vacation? Actually, I'm planning on staying put. Oh, you're moving? Neat. Have you been to Woodcrest before? Nope, this will be my first time. Wow, that's brave. Did you bring anything with you? Only the essentials, and so everything I could not fit in a carry-on bag. Call it a fresh start. You've organized somewhere to stay? I'll be staying with an old friend I haven't seen in years to start. I plan to organize something more permanent a little later on. Oh, that's real cool. I'm excited for you. I moved from Somerville a little over a year ago. I didn't know anybody at first, so it was kind of hard, but thankfully I made some friends pretty quickly and that helped me to get settled in. There's heaps of things to see and do in Woodcrest too, so I doubt you ever get bored. Oh yeah? What kind of things? All depends on what you're into. There's a couple of really niche shopping malls, a square arcade, lots of cool shops and the like. Then for your more outdoor seats, there's plenty of running chairs, a lake to swim in, and there's even heaps to see further out in the woods. The woods? Yeah! Woodcrest is a big place, but there's lots of areas that haven't been built up yet. If you head out far enough, there are heaps of caves, abandoned buildings, and all kinds of other cool stuff. That actually sounds kinda exciting. I might check those out sometime. Really? Well, my friend Don and I, we often go exploring to see what we can find. If you like, you can come with us. You do that? Sure, that'd be great. Ace grinned and slipped me a piece of paper. That's my number. If you're bored, give me a call. Thanks, Ace. You're too kind. Oh, it's okay. I think it will be fun. We managed to fill the rest of the journey with idle chatter. I told him of my horrible apartment, my even more horrible bosses, and how excited I was to get away from it all and do something new. That's so cool. I'm really glad for you. Woodcrest is a really neat place. I'm sure you're going to love it. Good evening, passengers. We will be arriving at the station in Woodcrest shortly. Once we stop, please gather up any luggage you may have brought on board and make your way off the train in an orderly fashion. Thank you for riding with us and please enjoy your time in Woodcrest. Oh, we're arriving already? With my luggage in tow, I disembarked the train and entered the station with Ace following closely behind. So, what's the plan now? My friend should be waiting somewhere nearby. I meet up with him when I find him. I see. Well, I leave you to it then. It was great meeting you. Remember to call me if you need anything, okay? Shooting. Thanks, Ace. No problem. Good luck and welcome to Progress. I shook waves before turning away and being absorbed into the huge crowd. I scanned across the groups of people looking for a familiar face, but came up blank. Where was he? He hadn't forgotten, had he? As the crowd thinned, it became clear that Diego hadn't arrived yet. I suppose I should not have been surprised. I found a seat and pulled out my phone to pass time. He'd be fashionably late as always, I was sure of it. I wondered, what would life be like in Bucharest? Would this be the right decision? How much had Diego changed in the past 2 years? Diego was in his sophomore year when I began my first. That year's student accommodation was overbooked and we were forced to share a room. It all worked out well as we quickly became best friends. We even shared a few classes here and there, making up enough credits for our respective degrees. He finished his studies at the end of my second year and moved straight to Bucharest, while I remained finishing my final year, entering the workforce immediately after. Truthfully, I doubt I would have chosen Bucharest as my destination if Diego hadn't been here. He was always a good friend and I regretted not keeping in touch. At least I now had a golden opportunity to right that wrong. Yo, what are you doing staring at a blank phone? Having been lost in my phone screen had long since time out, although I wasn't going to take the blame for that. Well, if you weren't late, maybe I wouldn't be. Ho ho ho, I wasn't that late. Come on. He was that late, and quite a lot bigger than I remember him being. Honestly, though, it kind of suited him. You're still the same as ever. You're still as timely as ever. Oh, shut up about that already. I wasn't that late. Just how much time do you spend at the gym exactly? You're huge. Not nearly as much as I'd like to. Bullshit! Look at those arms. Yeah, well, I try. Anyway, it's getting dark out. We have plenty of time to catch up back at my place. Sound good? Sounds good. Let's get going. Make yourself at home. I'm grabbing something from the kitchen. I'll be right back. The first thing I noticed on my arrival was the smell. A familiar scene from years long past. A nostalgic scene that was unmistakably Diego's. It brought back bad pleasant memories. I took a seat on Diego's couch, awaiting his return. I wouldn't have to wait long, and he did so in possession of a large paper bag containing a lot of alcohol, vodka, whiskey, gin, you name it. Well, you're wasting no time. We must celebrate. I haven't seen you in 2 years. I'm certainly not opposed, but if I don't eat something first, I'm liable to black out in 2 minutes flat. Why ahead of that? Aha, right, uncle. Diego left the room to answer the door and returned carrying a veritable mountain of pizza boxes. What the? Who else is coming around? What do you mean? This is all for us. Or that? Rowing boys like us need plenty of food. Am I right? There's so much wrong with that statement. I don't even know where to start. Shh, less complaining, more eating. Each box contained a different pizza. Chicken Alfredo, pepperoni, sausage and meatball, cheese and garlic, BBQ pulled pork. I hardly knew where to begin. Cheese and garlic? Starting simple, I see. What can I say? You can beat a glasses. Oh, I wholeheartedly agree. Diego wrapped himself a slice of pepperoni. Well then, allow me to be the first person to welcome you to Woodcraft. Hate to break it to you, but that makes you the second. Whoa! I have company on the ride over. Of course. So, how you been? How's life? It's hard, it's ups and downs. The morning here I'm bad and there's plenty of work. Hasn't been without its challenges though. What kind of challenges? Recently broke things up with my ex. The relationship was, well, let's just say it wasn't ready. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Diego. It's fine. That's life, right? On a more positive note, I now officially own this house. Wow, I'm jealous. I could barely afford to rent a crappy apartment back in the city, and here you are owning a house. Wow, you make the right choice moving to Woodcrest then. There's plenty of properties being built as we speak, which is keeping prices steady. It's still not too expensive here, and there's heaps of work around, so you shouldn't have any problems finding anything. Speaking of, what are your plans for work? You're planning on living in Woodcraft, aren't you? That's the plan. I'm taking a bit of a vacation first too. Gonna get to know the place, meet some people and enjoy some time off before I settle down. I figure out the specifics later on. Oh, It's okay that I stay with you for a little while, yeah? I wouldn't be intruding. Of course not. To be honest, it's gotten awful lonely around here lately. I'm looking forward to having someone else around. I've been living on my own for the past 2 years. I'm sure the company will be a nice change. Blemish rocks go come back in and saw what you had on the projector. I thought for sure she was going to explode. I was sure I failed the class right then and there. I was lucky that to pile me on account of my good grades. We spent much of the night reminiscing about our time in university together. With all the mischief we caused, it was a miracle we both had our degrees. Diego stood up to get another bottle of cola to mix with his whiskey, but staggered slightly as he did. Whoops! I think I have enough. I tried and failed to hire John. Hello everyone, I'm Bao from Vietnam. I'm a Vietnamese, not so good at English or putting voices for things like this. I hope you enjoy the video and see you next time.